Hello, good day from wherever you are watching us. My name is Choma Odikulu, and you're welcome to our conversation of today. All right, so we'll move straight into our conversation of today. So, today we'll be talking about reflection, the importance of reflection in our personal and parental growth, the importance of reflection. Why do we need to reflect as parents? Why do we need to reflect as individuals? It is very important for us to reflect on our journey, because when you reflect, you'll be able to know the areas you've grown. You'll be able to know the areas you have made mistakes. You'll be able to know the areas you need to work on, the areas you need to improve yourself on. So it's very important for us to make reflection a daily habit. It's important for us to reflect on every step of our journey, on every step of our life. Because when we reflect, we're able to improve. When we reflect, we're able to work on our mistakes, work on the things that were not serving us or the things that did not work. So as an individual, as a parent, what are those things we need to reflect on? Now, I have a few things for us here that we need to sit down and reflect on for this year. How has it been for me this year? We need to sit down, take note, reflect, look at the areas you need to improve, look at the areas you need to work on. Number one, we need to reflect on how grateful we were this year. So as a parent, how grateful were you this year? How grateful was I this year? Were you grateful for the things around you? Were you grateful for your journey? Were you grateful for the improvement you saw in yourself? Were you grateful for your children? Were you grateful for their growth? Were you grateful for everything around you? How grateful were you this year? Or were you the type of parent that kept on complaining? You never saw good in anything your children did. You never saw good in anything you did. It's very important for us to reflect how grateful we were this year. Because when we reflect on how grateful we were, it will help us to be more grateful. It will even point us to the areas that we needed to be more grateful for that we neglected. So what are those things you need to be grateful for this year? Who are those people that have been a blessing to you that you need to be grateful for this year? What are those events that have happened in your life this year that you need to be grateful for? What are those things that have shaped you? What are those things that have made you to be a better version of yourself that you need to be grateful for this year? Sometimes we focus so much on the good, but sometimes we even need to be grateful for our challenges. Yes. We also need to be grateful for our mistakes as well, because our mistakes have a way of shaping us to be the person we are today. Our mistakes, our challenges, sometimes our setback have a way of shaping us. When we come out of this setback, this mistake, it has a way of strengthening us, for making us to face our current life. So we need to be grateful for everything. So you need to sit down and reflect on your journey. Write it down in a journal. Reflect on what are the things that happened to you this year that you need to be grateful for? What were those things that have happened that you did not express gratitude, that you need to sit down and start to point out and be grateful for? So you need to be grateful for your journey, your personal journey as an individual, as a parent. That is one thing we need to be grateful for. What were those things that made you proud as a parent? What were those moments that made you proud as a parent? What were those things, those activities you enjoyed with your children? Yes, sometimes we might think these things are just little minute things here and there, but they are very important for us to reflect on, even the smallest of things that we might not even think of. It's very important for us to reflect on the things that some other people might think it's not important, because when we reflect on our journey, it opens us up to be able to see those areas, those gray areas we are not looking at. So we need to reflect on how grateful you were this year as a parent, because when you realize that you are not grateful enough, it will prompt you, it will make you to want to improve next year. Now, when we are grateful, gratitude helps to change our focus from the negative to the positive. Gratitude helps us to focus on what we have at the moment instead of looking out for what we don't have. So we need to sit down and reflect. How did I take my gratitude journey this year? Did I keep a journal of my gratitude? Did I keep a journal of the things I am grateful for? Did I take gratitude as something important to me this year? Now, if we've not taken gratitude important for us this year, we need to sit down and improve next year, because gratitude has a way of making us even grow. Gratitude has a way of transforming our lives as parents. So we need to reflect on how grateful we were this year. We need to reflect on those things that happened to us that we need to be grateful for, those events, those situations, those occurrences that we experienced this year that we need to be grateful for. Journal your thoughts, write down your thoughts, write down what you are grateful for. The other thing we need to reflect on this year as parents is that we need to reflect on our growth. It's very important for us as parents to reflect on how we grew this year. How was your growth journey this year? Did you take it seriously? Or did you just take it like, it's not so important, it's not my priority list? We need to reflect on our growth, because, as parents, we can't pour from an empty cup. We can only pour from a cup that is filled with knowledge. We cannot pour from a cup that is not filled with anything. So we can only give to our children and to everyone around us based on what we have, based on the knowledge we've acquired, based on the wisdom we've acquired. And this wisdom, this knowledge, we acquired them from growing. We acquired them from listening to mentors, coaches, reading, studying, attending classes, webinar. We acquired them when we grow. So how did you grow this year? How was your growth journey this year? Did you make effort to be a better version of yourself? Did you make consistent effort to see that you grew from point A to point B? What was your focus this year? What did you focus on as a parent this year? We need to sit down and reflect, because when we sit down and reflect, it will guide the choices we will make for next year. It will guide the decisions we are going to take for next year. What was on your priority list as a parent? What topped your priority as a parent this year? Did you focus on your growth? Did you focus on your transformation? Did you focus on renewing your mind? Did you focus on improving yourself on a daily basis? We need to sit down, reflect on this, and journal our thoughts, because when we reflect, it will help us next year on how we start our journey, on how we carry on our growth journey. Now we need to reflect on the baby steps we made. What were those things? What were those steps you made? What were those improvements you made? We're not focused on the end here. We're not focused on getting everything 100%, because our growth journey, it's a journey, it's a process. So how did you grow? Were you able to move from point A to point B? Sit down, reflect, journal your thought, and see how you can do better next time. Now, what skills, what habit did you develop as a parent this year? What skills did you build? What habit did you build this year? What were those things you improved on yourself this year? What were those things? Your strengths, were you able to harness your strengths this year? Your weaknesses, were you able to even know that this area is an area of weakness for me? Your talent, were you able to realize that this is the talent I'm blessed with? So how can I improve on this talent? How can I make use of this talent to bless my world? We need to sit down and focus on how we were able to grow this year. We also need to focus on the growth journey of our children. Did we help our children to grow? Did we notice some form of process, the process in our children's growth? Did we notice they were able to move from point A to point B? How did we contribute towards the growth of our children? We need to sit down and focus. We need to sit down and reflect on how we were able to grow this year as a parent. Now, when you sit down and reflect and you see that, okay, I've not really done so much as regards growth, as regards personal development, improving myself, then it's going to inform the choices you make next year. It's going to inform the choices you make for next year. It's going to inform the goals, the plans, the aspirations you're going to make for next year. So it's very important for us to reflect on this. We should also reflect on the challenges we were able to overcome as parents. What were the challenges I was able to overcome? Was I able to bounce back after I had a setback? Was I able to bounce back after I encountered a difficult situation? We need to sit down, reflect, and journal our thoughts. Yes. Then the other thing we need to reflect on the things that we did that did not serve us. So what were those things that as a parent you did that did not serve you? What are those things you did that did not serve you? And what are those things you're currently doing that is no longer serving you? We all know ourselves. We all know ourselves. We know the things that we do that serve us on a daily basis. We know the things that we do that are not serving us. So you need to sit down and reflect. What were those things I did that did not serve me? How did I use my time? Did I make use of my time very well? Or did I use my time in or did I use my time in a way I was not supposed to use my time? So what were those things that did not serve you as a parent? When you sit down and reflect on those things that did not serve you, as you begin to make plans to ensure you make better choices next year, to ensure you don't repeat those same things that did not serve you next year. Now, you need to also focus on, okay, the things I did that did not serve me, what effort have I made to stop those things? Or am I still in a position of regret? Oh my God, I made a mistake. You sit down with your mistake. Oh, I failed. You sit down with your failure. You're not moving. You're not progressing. No, you need to see that. That is why reflection is very important, because when we reflect, we see that we are not our mistake. When you reflect, you just understand that mistake is just a part of life. When I make mistake, I get to adjust myself, learn what I need to learn, and make better choices, make better plans or goals for myself next year to ensure I don't make this mistake, to ensure I don't encounter or I don't get to find myself in these things that did not serve me. Now, what were your expectations as a parent? What did you expect? Did you have so high? Your expectation, was it so high, or was your expectation so low? What were your expectations as a parent? Did you meet your expectation? Did you reach your expectation? You need to sit down, reflect on these things, and journal your thoughts. Now, were you able to forgive yourself? Were you kind to yourself? Did you extend grace to yourself? Most times we find it difficult to extend grace to ourselves. Sometimes we make mistakes, we beat ourselves up. We say things like, oh my God, how come I made this mistake? Who me? Why will I make this mistake? No, we need to extend grace to ourselves. We need to extend kindness to ourselves. We need to be patient with ourselves. So how were you as a parent able to forgive yourself? Because most times we forgive other people, but we forget or we don't forgive ourselves. Were you able to forgive yourself for the bad choices you made? Were you able to forgive yourself for the wrong decisions you take? Because when you're able to forgive yourself, when you're able to extend that grace to yourself, it will help you to make a better choice for next year. Then what were the habits you were able to build this year? What were the habits? What were the daily routines you set for yourself this year? Were you able to implement them? What were those things that changed about you? What were your beliefs? What were the things that you improved on? Your values, your beliefs. What were those things that shaped you? What were those things you did on a daily basis? You practiced on a daily basis that helped to shape you. So those things, did they serve you or did they not serve you? If they served you, yes, you look for better ways of improving and doing them better. But if they did not serve you, you have to take it off your plan and make plans to ensure, you make better choices or better plans or better goals for next year. Then the other thing we need to reflect on our vision. So as a parent, did you have a vision for yourself this year? Not New Year resolution. Most of us had New Year resolution, and by 1st or 2nd of January or before the end of January, most of us have even forgotten our resolution. Did you have a vision for yourself this year? Did you have a goal for yourself and your children, your family, everyone around you, or all aspects of your life this year? What were your goals? Were you able to achieve them? Were you able to meet them? We need to sit down and reflect. What did I do? What didn't work for me? What did I do wrong this year? What did I not do? What did I not get? We need to sit down and reflect. What was your vision? Did you even have one? If you did not have one, it is time to start to plan for next year. Not when we are in next year. You need to sit down and craft your vision, craft your plan, craft your goal. Where are you going to? Where are you headed to as a person, as a parent? Where is your family headed to? You need to sit down and craft this vision for yourself. That is one of the reasons, or that is why we need to reflect. Because when we reflect, we're able to know that, okay, I did not make progress in this area. Okay, I need to make progress in this other area. That is what reflection does for us. Did you set your goals? Were you able to achieve your goals? What were those things that hindered you from achieving your goals? What were those challenges, the hindrances, the setbacks, the limitation, the anything? What made you not to achieve your goals? Sit down, reflect on it, and see, how can I take this off from me next year, so I don't repeat the same cycle or repeat the same pattern or make the same mistake. Reflect on your goals, and if you did not have one for this year, begin to set your goals for next year. Begin to set your goals. Plan how you achieve your goals. Set smart goals. Your goals should be specific, it should be measurable, it should be achievable. You should have a time bound. And remember, when you're setting your goal, you need systems that will help you to be accountable to your goal. You need systems, you need accountability partners that will help you to be accountable to these goals you have set for yourself. Visualize who you want to be as a person next year and years to come. Visualize where you're going to. Visualize where your family is going to. Visualize your goal. Visualize your vision. Visualize everything that will make you a better person. Because when we do that, we are able to reflect. And when you reflect, it's going to inform the choices, the decision we are going to make for next year. Then finally, what are you going to be prioritizing for next year? What will be your priority as a person, as a parent for next year? Priority, what will be our priority will definitely come from a point of realizing what we need to make as a priority, and that comes from a point of reflection and journaling our thoughts. When you reflect, you journal your thoughts, you now know that, okay, what did not work for me this year? What do I need to make priority for me next year? What is that one thing you need to change about yourself the next year or this year, because we're getting to the new year? What are those things you need to change? What is that one thing you need to change? What is that one habit you need to build as a person, as a parent for next year and for life? Because it's not just for next year, it's for life. What is that habit? What is that thing you need to work on? Now, what is your plan for your personal growth? What is your vision? What is your goal? How do you want to live your life moving forward? How do you want to spend the rest of your life? 5 years to come, 10 years to come. What plans do you have for your goal? What plans do you have to make yourself to becoming the better version of yourself? So I want to encourage all of us as parents that it's very important for us to sit down and reflect on this year, how this year has been for us, how this year has been for you as a person, how this year has been for you. Because when you reflect, it's going to help in the plans, the choices we are making for next year. So what would you be doing differently as a parent? Sit down, reflect, get a journal, write your thoughts, write it out. Pour your heart in your journal. What worked for you? What did not work for you? The part you played that made those things not to work for you. How you were able to use your time. And when you're done with it, sit down and craft your vision, your plans moving forward for your life. Because it's our duty as parents to continuously work on ourselves. Our number one job as parents is to grow, not to even parents. Our number one job as parents is for us to continuously improve ourselves. So what is that one thing you're going to be doing differently as a parent that is going to help you to be the better version of yourself, not just for next year but for life? Don't set goals for just next year. Set goals that will help you. That is going to be a lifetime goals. And that is why you need systems that will help you. That is why you need accountability partners that will help you. So thank you very much for listening to me today. I believe we've got value for our time today. I really do appreciate your time. Let's remember, we need to reflect. We need to journal our thoughts. We need to write down what went for us, what went well this year, and what we are going to be doing differently for next year. Because it's from the point of journaling and reflection we are able to make a positive change. We are able to make better choices. So thank you very much for listening to me today. Till I come your way next time, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Becoming the Renewed Parent. Join our Facebook group, Becoming the Renewed Parent. Thank you very much and do have a good day. Thank you. Bye.